Hey, what's up? I'm actually on my way to ULTA. Just left the movie theater. Saw the new Mario Galaxy film. I'm a big kid. I love my animated films. It's just sometimes nice to have some good, clean fun. So anyway, I went to the theater. Now I'm on my way to get my appointment taken care of at ULTA. And yeah, I'm wearing my wig on the way there. That's because I was with family and I wasn't gonna wear my hair because it's unstyled underneath this wig, so we'll be taking the wig off, obviously, once I get to ULTA. Although they do have a young lady there that can style wigs, but that's not my service today. My service today is my natural hair and take care of my natural hair in a protective style while I wear this hair because I need to fix a couple of things that I'm not going to get into in this conversation. But I'm just saying to you, it's been a minute since we talked. Certainly been a minute since I did a ride, drive, and chit and chat. So I thought I'd do that with you. Hope your day is going well. Today it's a little cooler. It's overcast. It rained yesterday, so that brought the temperature. We've really been on a seesaw. Yesterday the temperature was nearly 80. Today we're nearly 60. So that's what I mean by the back and forth. That's why I did a short video recently when I chose a fragrance thinking of the temperature, but wanting in my mind to choose something that was much more spring-like. And so while I love the scent of that fragrance, I had the tug of war inside my mind and in my heart that, oh my gosh, I'm wearing this, it smells great, but I really wanted to wear that. This is the kind of weather that we're in, just back and forth. So I'll get back at you guys when I finish my appointment. And spring break is going so quickly. It is already Thursday. Seems like we just got out. I feel like we need to have another week to absorb the week that doesn't feel like we're having right now. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys about a few other things that I just want to bring you up to speed on, some things that have been on my mind, and we'll talk again after my appointment. So, see you in a few. So I'm getting the rice water treatment right now. Thankful that it's not just in here. So, we'll be in here about 10 minutes alone, peacefully. Spring breaks, everybody's probably out spring breaking. And the good thing is, the overcast day, people don't like to go out and do their errands. It's kind of like shopping on a rainy day. It's perfect if you don't want a crowd because it's not busy in here at all. And I'm happy because it would be much to my chagrin if it was. So, anyway, I'm getting what's called the bounce back treatment. They put some rice water on my hair. It's part of the sacred treatment plan that they have here. So it's Tina Knows Hair Care Line, and I like it so far. It's been very good with my hair and rebuilding the edges and strengthening and hydrating. My hair was very dry and hydrating. So I also know I need to hydrate with water on the side too. So I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my treatment and I'll see you all in a few moments. While I'm here, I'm thinking about getting a travel size of the Stronger For You, the women and the men's version. I didn't hear Brittany Pockets and Bows, she mentioned the men's version, and ever since she said that, I said, I gotta try that one, because I think that one has a bit more vanilla in it than the women's line, so I might get a travel of both of those while I'm here. We'll see. Not like I need any more fragrance, but these are travels, so I'm gonna satiate my desire to buy, because I know the Sephora sale is right around the corner, and I definitely want to be more sensible if I even bother to shop. Really. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna get some more of your head. So. Alright. Back to the treatment. Oh, and no compliments, because I'm in ULTA, there's fragrance everywhere, but I did get a compliment on the makeup, so that's just, it's complimentary, I appreciate it. Okay, that's it. Okay, so I'm done with ULTA. I did not purchase any additional fragrances, which I felt like, why would I need to? I've got plenty, and the Sephora sale is coming up in a couple of weeks. And anything that I want is not that exclusive that I can't just get it there for 20% off, and it will be a travel size, with the exception of ULTA. So what I was saying is there's nothing that was so exclusive at ULTA that I can't just wait until the 10th of April and get it there for 20% off, and it'll be a travel size, with the exception of the Lust Release. I will probably get a full-size bottle of that because that was absolutely dynamic. Do I need it? No, but I'll probably get it anyway. And other than that, it's been a good day so far, very productive. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm going to eat my kava salad, and I'll talk to you guys when I get home. I'm in the car wash. See all the pretty colors? That's not my room. Car wash. I cannot ride around. I should say, I will not ride around in a filthy vehicle. My father put that in us when we were growing up, and my husband is the same way, so no filthy vehicles on the inside or the outside for us. Ever. Ever, ever. So I'll talk to you guys after I get on this car wash. It's funny, these used to terrify me as a kid. When I was a kid, I thought, a friend of mine told me he thought that the car was under attack. And when I'm listening to everything, I can see why a kid would think that, because I used to cry. It used to make me cry when I would be in the car wash. But now it's like, you know, it's whatever. Yeah, but all it takes is a little bit of time. Get through life, you're a little bit wiser, share, pay it forward. Tell somebody else it's going to be all right. So do that. Pay it forward. Whatever lesson you've learned, pay it forward. Tell somebody, I know what it feels like today. I know what it's like right now, but it ain't going to be that way forever. Just put it over. Get through it. All right, I'll talk to you later. So I'm back home now from my venturing out to ULTA to get my hair care taken care of. And yeah, you know, I want you to know, I tried a couple of fragrances while I was there. You know what I really enjoyed? The last time I was there, I tried the Daisy Wild Intense. A friend of mine and I went, and I really, really liked that one. He likes the regular Daisy Wild. But they had one, I didn't realize, there is a Daisy Wild So Extra. And the color on that bottle is a little bit more intense green. And I thought, well, what in the world? How did I miss this when there are 3 versions of Daisy Wild? Well, this one has dark chocolate in it. And I sprayed it because, less that note, I think that's pretty much the only exclusivity between the two, between that and the Intense, that I really enjoy. But the So Extra, I sprayed it in store, and yeah, I can smell that chocolate right away. So what I'm thinking about getting during the Sephora sale, because I started to buy it today, but I said, nah, I'm going to save my ULTA points, because when you purchase things, you get the points, and you know, it translates into money that you can apply to your balance. But I'm going to save that opportunity for the Sephora sale and get the Daisy Wild Intense and the So Extra. I like it. And I'll probably surprise my good friend with a travel size of the regular Daisy Wild. Before they make a full purchase on it, I want to give them the opportunity to play around with the travel. So that's what I'm going to do. I also sprayed the men's version of the Power of You. I don't think it's called Power of You. It's Stronger Than You. It's the male's version of that fragrance, the Intense. And I'm telling you, Brittany over at Pockets and Bows, she mentioned that she tried that and she preferred that over the women's version. I can see where she got that from, because the two are very, very different. That one is not as fruity forward as the women's version, because the women, that frangipani is not negotiable. Either you're going to take it or you're not. I like the women's version, but I also like the men's version, so I'm likely to go get a travel of each. You know, in time, it's no need to rush out, even with a sale. Just because it's a sale, that does not mean it's probably the best economical time for you to go shopping. Maybe, maybe not, but if you just have to get it, try a travel. Play around with it for a while, because the full size will be available to you should you decide to extend your participation in the fragrance. And so, did I spray anything else? I think that was it. No, there was one more that I did spray. I was curious about the Kylie Jenners. I told you before, I recently finished the original Kylie Jenner fragrance, but I wanted to try there's one in a silver bottle. I can't remember the proper name for that, but I know there's also the Intense was in the solid red bottle. I did not care for the silver one, but again, testers. You know, testers in store, we don't know how long they've been out there. People be playing around with them. So sometimes they work for me, sometimes they don't. So it's not going to be the final judgment for me on that fragrance, but it didn't give me a cause to go back and try it again anytime soon. The red one, though, I almost got a travel of that one. The red one, not bad. Not bad. And her designer price for the full-size 100 ml is, I was curious. We were talking about Kylie Jenner. Now, I don't know where the conversation got interrupted, because I think I hit the wrong button on my phone. So let me go back. Let me go back a taste. Kylie Jenner. The red one. I liked it. The Intense. If I choose, I may go back and get a travel. Not in any rush, but I might go back and get a travel. Didn't care for the silver one. But I will go back and try it again, maybe in another location, because sometimes testers, and people with testers. Don't want to give it my final judgment or assessment based on the tester. However, I did not walk out with any additional fragrance purchases because I don't need to. I'm on a mission to finish, and I will also tell you this. After watching one of my favorite content creators who was doing a fragrance trade, I don't mind watching those videos because I always said I was not going to do one for myself. However, my mind has changed. A wonderful idea came to me. Thank you, God, for this idea because I think it can work. There are some fragrances I have in my collection. As you know, I'm trying to reduce them. That I know that I can visibly see that they're near its end or that I want it to be near its end. So I think I'm going to base my trade. No, I'm not thinking. I'm certain I'm going to base my fragrance trade off of that. Fragrances that I know are nearly gone or close to being gone, half done, or I just want it gone. I want it out. I don't want to see it again. Those kinds of fragrances. So stay tuned for that fragrance trade. Don't know when I'm going to film it because I have a lot of things in the queue. A lot of things that are probably outdated as far as weather and timing, but hey, I put the work in, I recorded it, it's been edited, so I'm going to share it. So watch to your delight. Thank you again. Take good care. I think I'm finished for the day. So yeah, I'm finished filming for the day. I got to go do some schoolwork. So take care till the next conversation. You know what? It feels so good to be free. It's so good to be free. I don't know if any of you all ever watched my video for What's My Why. The reason why I began my fragrance journey, not the reason why I came to YouTube. There are two totally different reasons, and that's why there are two totally different videos. That's not a plug for you to go back and watch them. This is just an intro to the comment I'm about to make. I'm simply saying, as related to that particular video on why my fragrance collection began, how it began, and the point of origin for it, I want you to know there's nothing like being free. There's nothing like being free from the pain. You know, Janet Jackson often does a lot of interludes in between her songs on a lot of her albums. And on The Velvet Rope, there's one that always stood out to me, and I love it. What she says is, you don't have to hold on to the pain to hold on to the memory. You must learn to water your spiritual garden. Now that's the intro to Together Again. And I just want to say I'm so thankful to be free. Thank God. I am free from a lot of the pain that I initially felt when I first started. I still have the memory because you have a mind, so there is no forgive and forget. I think people get that wrong. The idea of remembering and having the painful feelings associated with it, I think is really more of the figurative manner that people are trying to suggest when they say forgive and forget. You don't forget because you have a mind, you have a memory. But the pain, you don't have to hold on to the hurt. And you can be free from that hurt. You can be free from the soul tie. You can be free from the heartache. And you can remember and look back and see how far you've come. And that's where I am today. I knew that before when I was engaged with a specific circumstance, and it's pronounced even more now, where I am a person that tries to extend an olive branch. I'm a peacemaker, sometimes much to my chagrin. But I'll tell you why. I thought I'd cut my light on. Hopefully that brightens up some of the shadows because the room was a little dark at first. I'll tell you why. The thing is, when you have discord with a person or persons, and I know some people very near and dear to my heart, they crack me up because they both do the same thing. They both might be in a feud with one another or with someone else, and they have a phenomenal way of coming to a resolution within themselves and then therefore excusing the need for the other person to possibly need to have a conversation so that they can have closure or so that they can have a better understanding. It just works for them. They say, well, I have peace about it, or it is all well, it is good, it is well. And I think they're very sincere when they say that. I just think it's interesting how, and what I'm saying previously about the pain of why I started my fragrance has nothing to do with these particular individuals. I'm simply saying that for that other person, when I tried to extend an olive branch, I didn't hear anything back. And for the other that just chose not to speak to me anymore after just dropped off the face of the earth, or better yet, they treated me as if I had. The thing is, just because you've resolved it in yourself and you've had a chance to have closure, especially if you made the decision to cut somebody off and you didn't talk to them about it, but you've resided in your mind that you're cutting them off and they don't know anything about it, and then they're surprised or left with, well, hey, what happened? And you don't want to give them an explanation. Or I understand circumstances are different. This is not a one size fits all. This is not even a one size fits most. It's very, very specific and individual. So for my circumstance and my sharing with you today, I'm simply saying both of those circumstances, one had a bit of closure but the argument was heated, and I don't like to let the sun go down on my wrath, so to speak. So that's why I did come back a year later and try to fix that, but the person chose not to talk to me. Even still, they have not talked, and I'm not holding my breath expecting anything. With that, I'm good because I tried. This other one, I had no closure. And for me, not understanding, because I just don't get it. I'm trying to understand, but sometimes, you don't have to understand. And we all pay what we owe eventually. That's something I heard from, was it school days? Not school days. One of the house party ones, maybe house party 2 or something. There was a line in there, they say, sometimes you got to pay what you owe. Well, listen, could be that I'm paying what I owe for something I've done in my past. Maybe I didn't give full explanation, or maybe I cut someone off, or maybe I did something that hurt someone's feelings. I'm aware of that too. Now I'm having to pay what I owe. Reaping what you sow is how I translate that. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good at all. Nevertheless, I still think it's worth the try to, if you can have some resolution or some resolve with someone to do that. Sometimes you can't, because I know you can't talk to people, but when people are asking, trying to figure things out, I'm not trying to restore anything, so this is not about a recovery mission. Mama ain't trying to restore a daggone thing. I just want to have an understanding in my mind and in my heart and in my psyche, so that I can not only lay it down like I have, I want to bury it, and so that it's fully rested. I went so many years restless with this thing, trying to figure it out, and where the other person had no problem with not communicating with me, no desire, never thought to call, never thought to text, none of that. If they had, they kept it to themselves as a true mystery, a mystery exclusive. Nevertheless, I've got a video coming up, and it's about this. It'll have a specific title, and I hope that you'll appreciate it. It'll be about different fragrances that might help you get through some of these tough times. It's not always about love or romance. Sometimes it's just about friendship and just life, communal experiences, So I think I've ranted long enough. But, life is just funny. Nevertheless, I am free. I did try to reach out to this one person again, and being a holiday weekend, I'm not going to force it. I could have called. Sometimes a phone call is a bit more invasive. And I figure if you send a text message, they have a chance to read it and kind of get their thoughts together. If they have any thoughts at all. I will give it some time and try and call next week if I don't hear anything after Easter Monday. And at that point, then I will just lay it down, because there's nothing I can do. We don't run in the same social circles. We don't talk because they won't talk to me. And it's just unfortunate. I just hate that a friendship died. Died and just completely disintegrated, and no reasons why. I almost don't even want to know what puts a person in that kind of mindset that that's okay to do. Something happened in their life, something snapped or broke or chipped off, or grew on, that makes them think that it's okay to do that, or you've developed some kind of a tolerance for that. That's like walking with a rock in your shoe for life and you're okay with it. I don't know. Sitting on needles and you're okay with it. I don't know. Everybody's different. Everyone's different. No judgment. I'm just talking. So don't get the wrong impression. I'm just talking. So this is a strange vlog. I don't know if y'all gonna watch this all the way through or not. There are some tricks. There are some treats in there. I guess that you might think about this as being a trick. There are some treats. There are some treats should you continue. And I hope that you do. Because again, the journey is not about the sweet spots. It's about the spots. The highs and the lows. The ebbs and the flows. You know. Nevertheless, I'm thankful because I'm free. I'm free because if they don't reach out to me, maybe I'll write a song about it like the Here It Go, because I do write songs. Nevertheless, it'd be nice to have some resolve and not guess. I think that's one of the cruelest things in the world to do to a person is to ignore them. To ignore them and expect that it's okay. Especially if you had a close friendship. I just don't understand. It's not quite midnight, but it is after 10. It's probably like 10:30, 10:27 to be exact. And I didn't want to leave the last clip where it was because I didn't want to end on a low note. And I really wasn't feeling low at the time. I was just expressing my moments the way they were at present. During that time of the recording, I had been trying for a long time to reach out to, I guess you could say, a former friend. It sounds strange. You know, somebody over 10 years now, you have to call them a former friend. You don't know what to call them after a while if they stop talking to you. What the heck are they? I don't even want to know what the category would be for that. But long story short, my next video is going to deal with, as I said, some fragrance options to help you through some tough times. I've already got the title for it. I'm just not going to speak it here. You will see it when you see the production. Just want to encourage you that everyone is not going to give you an opportunity to have restoration the way you would like. Forgiveness is for you. It's for me. It's for the individual person. You don't necessarily need participation from any other parties to get the complete fulfillment of forgiveness. Sometimes we like it that way, but sometimes the interaction might not be best for you or perhaps even for the other person or persons. It's very easy for us to get absorbed in our own lives and what makes us feel good and what massages our desire. But sometimes it's not about us. A lot of times it's not about us. It's about just giving the forgiveness so that you can free yourself. So that you can truly let go of the pain and hold on to the memory. Just like in Janet's song. This is not necessarily a shout out to her album as it is trying to speak a word on forgiveness because heartbreak is terrible. It's a terrible thing, and sometimes we don't always understand why things happen. We may not ever get the full answer, but I just want to encourage you, if you don't, there is peace and there's understanding in forgiveness. And ultimately, that's for you. If you're the only one up in the middle of the night, mad about it, sad about it, worried about it, when you get that freedom, and for me, only God got that off of me. It took some time, but that wasn't anything that I got out of a book from Walmart. When anything I saw on a fortune cookie. It certainly didn't come from a motion picture. I'm just telling you. It took a lot of time, it took a lot of prayer, it took some faith. So, just want to encourage you that even though I'm waiting to talk to the person
that I'm hoping to get a better understanding about what happened to our friendship. Even if I don't, I'm free. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. So it's going to end on a high note regardless. So you guys have a good night. Well, it's going to end on a high note. It's going to end on a high note. So I'm just getting in from a musical. One of my sons was in a musical. And just got in from that. And it's been a long week. Long week. And I just want to get this makeup off, take this wig off, take these lashes off, and just get myself cleaned up. So thank you again for stopping by. Thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it. Please talk to me in the comments. Don't be a voyeur. Let me know who you are. You could tell me where you're from if you wish, but if nothing else, just say something. And I don't mean the word something. Say something. Talk to me about whatever. About whatever, okay? All right. Let's talk soon. We'll catch up. Bye.
So this phone is at a really awkward angle, so I can't help that. I'm not in the... I think the other phone holster is a little bit better, but now that I'm at a stoplight, today I am wearing Plantain from Aromatics. Very, very fresh, crisp fragrance. One of my favorites. I forgot how much I enjoy it. I am wearing the perfume oil, not the oil, because we know the oil is strong enough. I'm wearing the perfume oil, 2 pumps of it, 2 mini pumps of it from Brown Sugar Bay for Hibiscus Drive. I could have just did that. That's on my forearms and I could smell it. And I'm wearing another fragrance I will post for you. I don't have the name of the bottle in front of me, but I am wearing that along with Coconut Lagoon, which is a very refreshing. It is one of the best coconut fragrances I think you could ever put into a bottle and wear on your skin or your apparel, because it is coconut, but it doesn't smell air apparent coconut, like lifelike photogenic coconut. It is not scenting to the scent is not matched with the fruit or the skin or the flesh of the coconut, I should say. It is absolutely stunning, that fragrance. I think that's partly why I like it so much. It's not coconut milky coconut. It's more like the husk of the coconut. I'll say that because it's undeniably coconut, but it's more like the husk of the coconut. If you would skin that flesh out of it, that soft white membrane, and then you have the husk, but you still have the fragrance of the coconut. That's why I think I would say is the description of Coconut Lagoon. Absolutely exquisite. And on a beautiful day like this, yeah. So that Hibiscus Drive, the perfume oil, it's my first time trying the perfume oil, and that perfume oil is serious. I mean, the oil itself, the body oil is pungent. If you dare to try that perfume oil, man, oh man, oh man. That's all I can say. Man, oh man, oh man. All right. So I will talk to you later, and I'll let you know if I get any compliments.
So I'm back home. It was a full evening, as you know. Well, maybe you don't, but oftentimes the very final performance of any production often has a, they're all going to have the finales, but something about the last one that, cuts a little more deeply, because that'll be the last time you're hanging out with that cast and crew, and by then everyone is gelled so wonderfully, and it's hard to say goodbye. I try not to ever say goodbye. I try not to ever use those words, but it's hard to part ways. Even with me, I wasn't in it, obviously, but I'm very social, so I got a chance to talk to a lot of the parents and a lot of other faculty and staff that were present, and it was just a wonderful overall joyful experience, and I did get a compliment. Yes, I did. And it was late into the evening. I mean, it's 10:41 now, and so this evening's event began at 7, but I was there at 6, dressed and ready at 5. So we're talking from 5 to now, so a good amount of hours. And someone did compliment me, and they told me that I smell good. So I've decided, as fate would have it, I've decided to do a fragrance tray. But it's not going to be the typical fragrance tray, so let me tell you all about it. Also, I have not put it together yet, but my fragrance tray will consist of fragrances that I want to get rid of, or fragrances that are near their end, or fragrances that might be near their end, but I do plan to repurchase. probably not right away. So that tray, I can't tell you how many fragrances will be on it. I will say that sometimes the size factor might have a lot to do with if I'll carry it with me, because I'm telling you, the way I want to do this tray is they will not be the fragrances that I wear for the day. They will not be my equation of any part of the fragrance selections for the day. They will be what I will carry with me to top off, because I plan to end those bottles, and the majority of them will not make their return back to my collection. The few that do, I will certainly specify, but I think that's how I'm going to do my fragrance tray, because I find myself, they are targeted and immediately on my radar as soon as I see that they are a quarter of the way down or even halfway, depending on how large the bottle is, and I want to get rid of it. No seat fillers for most of those. I don't want them to be a seat filler, meaning I'm not going to get rid of it and then find another purchase to replace it, or another replica of that, or another bottle of that. It will be a vacancy that I want to stay vacant so I can continue to reduce my collection. Easier said than done, but that's why I'm starting to shift over to travel sprays. So something funny about the travel sprays, I'll tell you real quick before I close out the video. For the longest time, I have realized that I have a number of travel sprays, but I wouldn't ever pull for them, and I didn't understand, why don't I ever, I love the fragrance, but why don't I use the travel spray? That's what it's for. And I know why now. I know why. Because I'm quick to create a decant, a 5 ml decant, an 8 ml decant, even a 10 ml decant, up to 15 ml decant, and I've got a bundle of them. Here's the kicker. I will use those travel sprays, again, as complementary fragrances. The thing is, I prefer full bottles, and I feel like if I use that travel spray as a fragrance for the day, it's going to be gone. The way that I spray, it's going to be gone, because I told you, as an educator, I'm constantly making sure that I have that insulation, and you need it. You need it for many reasons. I insulate myself in fragrance, and so do I spray like that every day? No, but I am a heavy-handed sprayer, even if I wasn't, a teacher. So I feel like if I used the travel sprays the way that I would like, they would be gone, and I won't be able to enjoy them. So I will treat them like oversized decants, which means I will choose my selections for the day, including oils, grab an applicable travel spray, and let that be the complementary fragrance I will carry around with me, and kind of serve as a large size decant, like I said, and that would be my way of deciding if I want to get a full-size bottle of the fragrance. And so I'm turning to travel sprays. So if I do buy anything from the Sephora sale, or actually even ULTA, because they are doing something comparable to the Sephora sale, which makes perfect marketing sense, then I will let you know what those purchases are, and they will be travel sprays. Even though I know some of my want in full size, it just doesn't make any economical sense to my wallet to indulge in a full size, because I want my 3.4 ounce, or if that's the only size that it's not in, and they only do like a 50 mil or even a 90 mil, I'll get the largest size available. And right now, that's just not practical. It's just not practical. So got to listen to my head and not my heart. And this time I'm going to win. I'm going to win this round. So I'll talk to you all soon, and I will certainly let you know if I make any purchases at ULTA or Sephora as I would like. But again, when you start looking at that bottom line of what you owe, that will make the decision for you most of the time, if you're listening. Let's listen, pay attention, don't get yourself into debt, okay? These fragrances are going nowhere. Even if they're limited editions, they're going nowhere. All right. Have a good night. Take care. Talk to you soon. Really quick, I just realized I don't think I told you all the name of the musical. It's not a play, it's the musical that I went to that my son was in. It's Sister Act. Not the second one, it's the first one. But it did not follow the film, nor did it follow the Broadway musical, because I did not see the Broadway musical, but many people that I was with did see the musical on Broadway, and they said it was kind of like a hybrid between the two. And some elements, they kind of, actually one person just said they did their own thing. So I wasn't here to argue, because I don't know that film at all. I'm not familiar with anything that it has to do on Broadway, but I do remember the first Sister Act a little bit, and I did see the second one. I think the second one is more memorable to me, because that had Lauryn Hill and the other gentleman that hit that high note. I think they formed a musical group after that. It was short-lived, unfortunately, but I think they were called City High. Ciao. I think City High. I think that's what they were called. It was a short-lived. I mean, they were there for a hot second, and I never heard hide nor hair of them again. It was he and another young lady that he joined forces with. Nevertheless, we got to see a very young Lauryn Hill in Sister Act 2, but this was based off of, I guess, their own makings of Sister Act, but it was still a beautiful, beautiful production, and I didn't want to see it go. I didn't want to see it go. Anyway, if I've already mentioned it, then okay, then you can disregard this part of the video. But I think as I was getting ready to disrobe and wrap up for the night, I wondered, gee, did I tell them? That's so annoying to tell somebody something you don't give the name of the fragrance, you don't give the name of the title, you don't tell them what brand. So I wanted to make sure I came back and told you that it was Sister Act 2. Okay, so yeah, now I'm going to officially sign off. So that's it. Thanks.